Motivation Mondays. Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be joined today with Dan Norville, who's president and founder of Vivo Investment Group, leading vertically integrated owner and operator of workforce housing. And very specifically, Vivo owns and manages over 25 hotels, over 3,800 multifamily units, and they are the largest platform of hotel to multifamily conversions in the country, which we're really excited about. And we're hoping to partner with them on a couple of these. Dan's had a long career in real estate industry as a developer and an investor. Back in 2012, he founded NorCap. And like I said, in 2020, he founded Vivo. And he's been in investment banking and private equity. Maybe he'll tell us a little bit about those areas, but happy to have you on today, Dan. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So, hey, I'm going to jump right into it and ask you, how you got started and came to be and what you're doing today.
Yeah, it's been a winding road, but it's been fun along the way, learning a lot. And finally, now I get to do something that does social good and makes investors a nice return, which I think is the best of all worlds, right? And it's what I've always aspired to, as you mentioned, way back when doing the investment banking, the private equity side, and then local development in LA, adaptive reuse, really purely profit motivated in those endeavors, but not as focused on the social side of it, right? And always kind of sat raw in my belly that I didn't really want to do just that, right? I wanted to actually be able to be in a environment where we could provide some social good while also making money. I said, there's got to be a way to do this. And luckily, we came upon converting hotels to apartments, and it's now been proven out to be one of the most successful adaptive reuse strategies, the top two in the nation right now for providing homeless housing, affordable housing, and things of that nature. So we're really happy that we were on the forefront of it and jumped out in a big way.
Yeah, you guys certainly have. We've been talking about it and thinking about it and had a few false starts on some, but you've gone full cycle on several, and it's really an amazing product you guys have put together there. So before I leave that topic a little bit, because you've covered some about your motivation and what you're doing now and how it fits together with, the drive you have to do good while making a lot of money. We all want to make a lot of money and get some passive income. And I think that drives a lot of people into the real estate industry, me included. I'm trying to also get to that level of where I could do more with it. You're doing them both at the same time, not just making a lot of money and then doing good with it, but doing them at the same time, which is great. And it fits a need. Have you had to persevere or work through anything in particular you'd like to share at any time in your career or in this particular area that you've been working in since 2020?
Yeah, I'd say what we've learned recently, growth for growth's sake, even if it is a great industry and a fantastic idea, at some point, we have to really look at what is the bandwidth of the team, what is the right opportunities within the space, and how do we capitalize doing more with less, I guess, is more efficiently, right? And we did grow really fast in the beginning stages of this endeavor. And if I had to do it all over again, I would have probably countered that growth a little bit, right? Stepped it back a little bit and really looked at it and said, okay, where do we want to be? A little bit more of a strategic focus, because the deals did have such large alpha and such a big arbitrage that we went with a really wide net. And we said, all right, well, we can do this anywhere. And it's really becoming, a successful proposition anywhere we go. However, that puts a lot of stress on a company, any company, right, with that kind of growth. When we're acquiring 15 projects in a single year, more than a deal a month, that's breakneck pace, right? And so we've slowed it down. We've kind of refocused our priorities and said, where do we want to be? Where do we have the greatest impact? And if we're only doing 4 or 5 projects a year, is that more sustainable? And the answer was resoundingly yes across the team. So we really pared back the focus to exactly that, right? We really like the Carolinas. We really like the Southeast for a lot of different population growth metrics where we're seeing better collections and lower delinquencies. Interesting small towns like Port Royal, South Carolina is our top project right now. And you would have never thought it, but it gave us a chance now that we have all this data to look back and learn and say, okay, we didn't have the data. No one had this kind of data with 30 projects under their belt. Now that we do, let's take a breath, use that data to inform the decisions going forward. And that's where we've been at this point. And so while it was fun doing all that growth and the breakneck pace and acquiring and hiring a lot of people to run this strategy, we've really learned a lot about exactly where we want to focus at this point.
Hey, thanks for having me on. If anybody else wants to find out more about what we're doing, please come to froggycompanies.com. Check out our 3 different business areas. We also have the Froggy Fund 1 that's now open for up to $18 million. We're going to be investing that $18 million across a diverse number of assets, cash flowing and ground up. And I'm really excited about this fund and really confident that we can outperform most of the other people out there in terms of what we invest in and how we do our due diligence and the type of partners we put together. So it's great talking to you, and see you next time.